All right, the NCAA swim season, the 2023 to 2024 season is officially underway. And how do I know that? Well, we have taken one little small piece of the puzzle of revenue in non-revenue sports, and we've made it the conversation piece of the season. Last season, it was tech suits, wearing tech suits in dual meets and how often we should be wearing them and kind of the finances behind it and all of that. People were on one side and the other side. ASU has said that we are going to wear tech suits pretty much all the time, it seems like. They haven't said that explicitly. They said, if it makes sense, we won't wear one, but we want to wear tech suits because that's what we race in at the end of the year. And it is a different stimulus. And it is. I had a full interview with Herbie Bem, the associate head coach out there in Tempe, Arizona. I'll link that in the top right if you want to listen to more of his reasoning on why ASU is doing this. But tech suits are kind of going to be in the conversation, I think, forever now. I think they're going to be in the conversation, especially for dual meets, more often than they have been in history. Hopefully going forward, we'll continue to have that conversation. I think it's an interesting point of conversation to have. But this year, it seems like the main point of conversation might be surrounding attendance at dual meets, attendance at swim meets, which seems like something that shouldn't be like a surprise. It shouldn't be whoa, we're talking about attendance at swim meets. We're hearing about attendance at swim meets. It seems like it should be something that we're talking about like all the time, right? Attendance is huge in events, in event-driven organizations and event-driven businesses. Because when you think about it, at the end of the day, an athletic department is a business. It needs to have proper financials to be able to survive, to be able to run, and for teams underneath that athletic department to survive and continue to operate. We have run into this many, many, many times in swimming, and non-revenue generating sports run into it many, many, many times. If you are in a non-revenue sport, in it in any capacity, a fan, a coach, an athlete, whatever, there's probably been at some point in your time in that sport where you have been impacted by a friend's team getting cut, your team getting cut. My brother's college team ended up getting cut because of Title IX. I think Title IX is important, and I think women should have opportunities in sports as well. But it does impact men's swim teams, and swim teams are one of the first to get cut. We're one of the first teams on the chopping block. And why is that? Because we are expensive. We are very expensive. And it's not tech suits that are really expensive. Tech suits are expensive, but tech suits aren't the main line item for an athletic department when they're looking at a swim team. Pool costs are incredibly expensive. Coaches' salaries are incredibly expensive. Travel for a team of like 30 people is incredibly expensive. If you're flying a team somewhere, that's a lot of money. Try flying a family of 4 to Indianapolis for Olympic trials. We'll talk about that later on. Maybe it's a little foreshadowing there. It's expensive. Flights are expensive. Hotels are expensive. I could say the word expensive 1,000 times, but what comes with expenses and expensive is a team that needs to make money, right? If you're looking at a piece of your business, if there's a piece of like a tech company that costs $1.5 million a year, we'll just say 1.5, and it's making you $0, right? It's making you $0. How long is that going to last? Maybe it has a different level of impact on the business. And for swimming, it's kind of like, hey, we have Olympians. It's really good PR for you. We do this, we do that. But we haven't really ever, and I will stand by this and stand behind this, we haven't really ever focused on trying to fill the bleachers for dual meets or trying to make the meet season one that people will consistently come to dual meets. And I'm really hopeful that what I think Texas's NC State dual meet that I talk about a lot, that I got to sit in the middle of and commentate here in Austin, really sparked something that could be a catalyst for swimmers and swim teams and athletic departments, hopefully as well, to start to really hone in on being open, upfront, and aggressive about the amount of people that are showing up at dual meets, the amount of people that are showing up at NCAAs, at conference championships, at winter invites, because it's exciting. And every other sport talks extremely openly about their attendance rates, right? We don't even talk about it typically in really cool situations. This is a new thing that I've really seen starting to surface is when you hit that 4-digit mark, when you're over 999 people that have attended your meet, athletic departments are starting to be a little bit loud about it. on social media. You've got the 1,000 Club, which is what I've called it, whatever. If you love that, hate that, I don't really care. It's what I'm going to go with. The 1,000 Club, where the University of Texas had 1,127 fans at their NC State dual meet. And then recently at South Carolina's dual meet, they had 1,026. Now there was some incentivization going on there, and people were talking about whether or not that might be the only reason. But guess what? It is a reason. And I don't care what the reason is. If you have a special performance by a dolphin, that's probably not like up to snuff with PETA. But if you have something really cool going on and people show up for it, and you surround it with really fast, exciting swimming, who cares what the antics are? We need to get people in these meets, and then we need to swim. We need to be loud. And we need to get them coming back. 1,026 people. And then the main point of conversation that I want to bring up, Braden Keith from Swim Swam tweeted out, and I had a feeling that Battle of the Burr 2, if you don't know what that is, it's Howard University swimming against the Georgetown Hoyas. It is an incredible meet. Howard does probably the best job and the most impressive job getting people in a swimming venue, for a dual meet. Howard's not going to win an NCAA championship this year. They're not. I guarantee you everybody on that team would say that. But guess what? Howard sold 564 paid tickets for a dual meet. They're going to win an NCAA championship in selling tickets. I can guarantee you that. 397 tickets given to various community groups, 250 wristbands at the door, 1,211 total spectators. Total spectators at Battle at the Burr 2. Total spectators. That's more spectators than the dual meet that I was at, Texas versus NC State. Some of the fastest swimmers in the country, suiting up, a lot of cool stuff going on. I'm not saying that is not something that is impressive or important that we shouldn't continue to talk about. I think that's one of the most impressive things that a college, a NCAA team has done. But if you're still on the team of people or the group of people that say, this is just the way that it is, this is the way that NCAA swimming is. This is the way that college swimming is. This is the way that swimming is as a whole. We cannot generate money. We are not interesting. It's not interesting to outside swimming fan communities or whatever. You're wrong. You are flat out wrong. We have just lacked the ability to try for an extended period of time. We haven't tried a damn thing. Name one thing that we've tried. You might name one thing and I might be wrong, but the point is still valid. So guess what? There's that. In baseball, they've added the pitch clock. Whether you like it or not, it sped up the game. I went to a baseball game recently, and it was 10 times as enjoyable how quickly the game moved. In basketball, they added the three-point line. In college football, it seems like they're changing the college football playoff situation every single day, every single week, every single year. They're changing it and expanding it and trying to make it more fun and a better experience for fans. And in swimming, we swim. We just swim. We don't talk about how many people are in the bleachers because it's 9 parents and 9 kids. We don't talk about how many people are coming to our, dual meets all season long. We don't talk about ideas about how to make dual meets more exciting, make them flow faster, make fans have a better experience. We don't talk about it. And we need to talk about it. We need to try, and we need to back up all these teams that are joining the 1,000-digit club. I'm highly impressed by Howard University, 564 paid tickets. Highly impressed by Texas and their ability to pull almost 1,200 fans in for a dual meet. Highly impressed by South Carolina, their athletic department, their swim team, everyone involved for bringing in over 1,000 people. If you want to get blown up like this and you want me to talk about your team, try. Get 1,000 people into your bleachers. I will talk about you. I will shout your name from the mountaintop, but you got to try. Swimming could generate revenue. We're not going to be profitable probably in my lifetime, I don't think, maybe ever. But if we make $100,000, that's a hell of a lot more than 10 with a dollar sign in front of it. Probably negative. Thanks for watching. Like the video. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. If you disagree with me, that's awesome. Let's talk about it down there. Subscribe if you want more videos like this to pop up on your homepage. I'm out of breath. I got to catch a flight. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.